Running coaches and nutritionists are about to hate me for this video. Proceed with caution. I am going to talk about something I've done in the past that's probably borderline dangerous. I'm sure a lot of people think it's not healthy or good, and I still think it's worth it. It's not something I do that often, but it gets me mentally prepared for my races. So anyways, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. Proceed with caution. Like I said, just be safe out there. This is very intentional. So I'm going to talk about not carb loading or not eating before your run. I'm not necessarily talking about races. So what I'm getting at is I try and prepare myself mentally and physically for the things I'm going to endure, especially with ultra running. And this is more for ultra running. I think you should fuel properly and eat. Now, every once in a while, you can bonk in a race. You can bonk 50 miles into a 100-mile race. And in the moment, I've noticed for me, it's very hard to feel good and positive. It's like, oh, I fucked up. It's too late. Like, I feel so bad. Particularly, I remember a 16-mile long run I did in Florida, and it was incredibly humid. And the last mile and a half, I was just miserable. Like, I was just like, whatever, right? And I mean, your body's literally doesn't, like, it's kind of shutting down. It doesn't have what it needs to continue the effort. So in the moment, when you bonk, it's really hard to come out of that. And so there's something I've done that helps prepare me a little bit. There have been times where I don't eat. I don't fuel during a run. I don't carb load the night before, expecting that I'm going to bonk, and getting into that run realizing or thinking, if I bonk, here's how I want to act and here's what I want to do. And so, right, like I already said it, right? Fuel, it's important. Your body needs it. It can be dangerous not to eat enough. I think a lot of runners have a problem with undereating. This is a very rare thing. But the point is that I know what's about to come up. And so I know or can kind of prep how I want to handle it. It doesn't mean I don't slow down, right? Like when you don't have fuel and you're bonking, you're going to slow down. But what happens in that moment is when I bonk, I remember or I knew it was going to come up. I knew it was going to happen. So mentally, I'm less beating myself up, and I can be like, all right, here's a bonk. Now what do I do? Do I take quicker steps? Do I walk half a mile, run half a mile? That type of thing, or intervals, or whatever it may be. And it just helps me feel prepared. So then when I bonk, or, God forbid, I run out of fuel in a 100-mile race, when that moment comes up, I can have the thought, I've prepared for this. I've been here before. I know what to do. I have strategies to work through this. And of course, I'll try and eat and refuel again and bounce back a little bit. So that is a strategy I've used. I don't do this very often. It might be a couple times a year, or sometimes I do it in the moment where I'm like, I didn't eat dinner last night. I forgot. Well, if I bonk today, it is what it is. We're going to handle this appropriately or try and still get after it or prepare for when it happens. So anyways, it's just a thought. I think you should carb load or eat a ton weeks of your races, the morning of the night before type of thing, like fuel yourself. I think you should fuel yourself for all your runs. Like I've gotten way more intentional about if I have a long run on Saturday, eating a ton on Friday when it's not a race because I want to be fueled properly. I want to have the energy to, to handle what I'm trying to do. And if I do those, like if I bonk, like I said, like if I do this particular thing, I'm going to eat a ton that day and hydrate and like I don't want to be in that state for forever. So anyways, probably not recommended. I know it's, a lot of people would think this is silly. When it comes to especially like training for ultras, I want to do and try and prep for the things that could potentially happen as best as I can. And that means putting myself through those things before the race. So another example is like running in the middle of the night or running on no sleep. That's going to happen in an ultra. And so I do those things every once in a while to prepare myself for when it happens. I can say, hey, I've been here before. Here's what I've done to overcome it. Let's get after it. So if you like running content, that's what this channel is about. I just talk about races, things I've learned, strategies, things I'm training for now. And if you like that stuff, consider subscribing. And if not, I still hope you got something out of this video. And I hope I get to see you in another video sometime soon. Peace.